And the best part is she didn't catch that she texted the wrong group.
On my bra.
I didn't know this.
And it was carpool group text. And I read, guys, I'm down 3 bra hook sizes. And I was like,
It was like a Sunday morning. She calls me. We're on our way to church. And she's like, did you mean for that to go to the carpool text? I'm like, oh, shoot. You're listening to the Calm,
the Storm,
The Whimsy
podcast.
Do you remember, Crystal, when I was responsible to pick our kids up from school?
Uh-oh.
And we kept talking about how eventually one of us was going to screw it up. Like, not pick our kids up or
Can
not
I
go to
pick
the right
who
place.
screws it up?
Yeah. Who do you think?
You.
I didn't. She didn't either.
Oh.
Neither of us did.
But what happened, Crystal?
So I'm not near my phone. I'm at my mom's house. And I get this text message when I get in the car to go to the store that says, from Tori, who's picking us up today.
We waited until like a half hour after
So it
I
was
picked
like
him up.
3:20, I think, or
This is
3:30.
amazing.
And I was like, your mom, is she not there? No. And the text says no. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, okay.
Oh my.
So she calls me. And
She hangs up on me, first of all.
I've taught her well. Good job,
And,
Hillary.
yeah.
This is a good one.
And her son goes, play dumb, Hillary, play dumb.
I was like,
She called you?
Yeah, I
I
knew she would
called.
call me.
I was like, are you picking up kids? And she was like, oh no, is it my day? And I was like, yep.
Come on, you.
And I was
Oh
like,
my God.
You said for both schools. And I was like, oh no. And she's like,
I was like,
Okay.
yep, okay.
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 And then I start cracking up.
I was thinking to myself, well, I'm going to have to go get these kids from school. And I'm at Chinese
Who made
right
these
now
darn kids anyway?
at 3:30, right?
You were so mad.
I was mad.
And it was so funny.
I was afraid that it wasn't going to be a good turnout for me. I was like, oh, man. And then I thought to myself, well, I'm going to pick up my kid and not hers. Even though they're at the same school.
That would be so mean.
Oh,
And I started
man.
laughing. And she's like, Hillary.
I was so upset because the first thing I did was I think I called or texted Pacey, but he didn't respond to me. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, is this really happening? She did it. She messed up this
The
time.
last week.
The last week, 2 days left of school, and she forgot. And like, we had talked all day about it. I'm like, you're picking kids up today, right? Both schools. Yep. Okay. She had me. I was a little bit irritated.
We waited so they got in the car. And I was on time. And I was like, wait 20 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
And then text Crystal.
I think I said, are you still at school?
She's like,
in the text.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't get a hold of my mom. She's not answering.
Oh.
And I thought, she's sleeping right now.
Which is possible. Oh my goodness. It was so fun.
Oh, wow.
So fun.
Do you remember the time that I was in a text group with you, Hillary, and another person that we carpool with? And I thought that I was in the Calm, the Storm, the Whimsy
Oh, no.
text group. And I proceeded to text that I was down
You were down?
3 brawl hooks.
And the best part is she didn't catch that she texted the wrong group.
on my bra.
I didn't know this.
It was carpool group text. And I read, guys, I'm down 3 bra hook sizes. And I was like,
It was like a Sunday morning. She calls me. We're on our way to church, and she's like, "Did you mean for that to go to the carpool text?" I'm like, "Oh shoot!" So I was like, I don't think I have time to delete it, but I can edit it. So I edited it all the way back and just left an exclamation point because you couldn't like remove the whole thing. I'm sure she saw it.
Just an exclamation point?
Just an exclamation. That's it. She never said anything about it. Never responded to that text.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, thank you for calling me because I had no idea that that's who it went to.
Do you know, though, that you can see what the text was before you edited it?
No. How?
Like, if you think, like, I want to see what they changed, you can hit
What?
edited, and it'll show you, like, above it.
Oh, gosh. Now I'm really in trouble. I left one exclamation point.
What? I didn't know you could do that because I definitely edited a text not too long ago.
Most people probably don't think, like, oh, I want to see what it was before.
Most people don't even know you can edit it right
and
now.
we don't.
So like, there's
you don't
new
edit
features,
them very
so.
often.
I don't.
You
Because
just
mine are like... blah, 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 blah.
pretty much.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
Did you
confusing.
get that TikTok that I sent? It's like... It says like 40-year-olds that just don't care about it.
I tagged you in that. You didn't send it. I tagged
Oh,
you.
yeah,
I'm like, this is Kelly.
It was so me.
Wait,
So
what was it?
40-year-olds that send texts that make no sense. And they're like, yeah, they can figure it out. Like, I'm
so
not
true.
Yeah,
You can read through the lines.
that's Kelly.
Oh,
she
man.
never like
I'm not retexting that.
yeah, she
That's
never
amazing.
makes sense to me. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then she tries to tell you what she's talking about. I'm like, no, still doesn't make sense at all.
And then she's like, are you drunk? I'm like, no, it's autocorrect. I am not drunk.
But were you carrying around the empty Tito's bottle with water in it?
Have you seen that TikTok?
Yes.
It's hilarious.
It's so funny.
Like, who does that?
Well, you have to explain what was done.
Okay, so
Oh my gosh.
I saw this TikTok reel, and I'm not really on TikTok, so I think one of my friends sent it to me.
It could be on Facebook. I think some TikToks are on Facebook.
So it was this lady that has like the gallon Tito's jug, and it was like, let me fill this with water and sit outside by the pool with my kids and drink it like water bottle.
Just
But
to see what the
all the
neighbors say.
neighbors think she's just chugging the Tito's, waving. Her kids are playing in the pool.
Oh man, that's so good.
It was
Mr.
so
Tito.
funny.
So, what happened to you that you need to share with us? It's not as exciting and fun.
Oh, this is definitely not fun. So I had one of those mom moments. It's a beautiful day. My kids are inside playing electronics. I'm like,
you were
guys,
drinking Tito's out of the bottle.
definitely
Was
not.
it water?
It was my
Tito's?
water and my Stanley with my element in there. But I'm like, okay, everybody, you guys got to get outside and play. They're still in their pajamas. It's like 3:00 in the afternoon. Ike finally gets out there and he gets on his Razor dirt bike. And he rides down my hill to the bridge where he always turns around. And Lenny and I are in the garage because we were like cleaning, like doing some landscaping and stuff. And we hear him screaming. So usually when I hear Ike scream, I stop and listen because it's either him being crazy or just having fun or he's in pain. So he screams again. And I'm like, okay. So I go charging down the driveway. And he's trying to get his dirt bike up the driveway. And he's screaming. And he's like, I got bit by a dog. So a dog bit him in the leg on our driveway. And I thought I just saw marks. And then I got close and I said, Lenny, you got to come pick him up. And there's like blood gushing down his leg. So that was fun. And we get him inside, try to clean him up. And then I realize it's really deep. And we need to get him to the emergency room. So we take him to the emergency room. They clean it with saline, put bacitracin on it, and say, he's fine. Just check it in 24 hours. I'm like, all right. 24 hours later, I take it off. It stinks so bad. It's red. I call my friend. We figure this out. I get the number to the emergency room. They call in an IV antibiotic. Lenny goes downtown to get it. We start it. The next day it's just really bad. Liza has a well check. I take Ike to the well check with me. They like, you got to go to the emergency room. And I get there and it's full of people. Packed. I couldn't even find a spot. I had to park in the handicap spot because there's no spot. So I walk in. I'm like, I'm in a handicap spot. I'm carrying him because he can't walk on his leg. They're like, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So anyway, long story short, we end up there. IV antibiotics. Clean out his wound with a Q-tip, like a wound culture. Terrible. And his leg kept getting red. They almost kept us overnight and we went home. Yeah. So anyway, we got to come home, but he was on crutches for a week because he could not put weight on it. The wound was like really deep. So it was just really scary and traumatic. And I was like frozen for days because I'm like, I don't know how to deal with this. So he was just in a lot of pain.
Poor guy.
It was. So if your kid ever gets bit by a dog,
go.
And you take him to the emergency room, just ask for antibiotics because it would have saved us a trip to the children's hospital.
Just that one day, that one extra day that needed them.
And she's like, you should have been cleaning this 3 times a day.
What? And they didn't tell you that?
They told me 24 hours.
Oh.
So it's just a hot mess.
Oh,
but finally, a week later, he started walking on it again, and we're just dealing with all the drama from the dog bite. Traumatic. He's like, I was driving down the hill on our driveway. I saw the dog, and I thought, it's going to get, he's like, I know my bike's not going to go as fast up the hill, so I'm in trouble.
Oh.
So,
Poor
just
guy.
sad.
I'm glad that he's doing better.
Yeah, he's doing better. It was scary, though, for a long time.
It was a couple days.
You think to yourself, little dog bite, doesn't look terrible. It'll be fine. And then you see how deep it is and how it messed with the muscles for so long. And it's just taken forever. It finally scabbed over like 2 weeks later. It took 2 weeks to get like a somewhat of a scab
on the outside or whatever.
Yep.
It's scary when you don't have control over what's happening.
No.
Well, speaking of animals, so what we are going to talk about tonight. So join us as we dish out our deepest, darkest secrets about our favorite furry friends or the ones that drive us crazy. Between the 3 of us, you'll notice we're not always on the same page. And that's exactly what makes this conversation so much fun. So, what pets were your favorite growing up and what did you have?
This is kind of like kids. You can't really name a favorite.
Oh my gosh. And now everybody knows who the animal crazy person is in the group. Not
sports crazy and animal crazy.
I have so many. They're all my favorites. I love them all.
Really?
I do.
All of them?
I do.
Get closer.
I do. I love them all.
Hmm.
I'm a huge dog person.
So have you had like a ton of pets over your life?
I have.
Okay. Talk to us about them.
I've had dogs.
Crystal's looking at your list like, oh my gosh, this
I've
is going to be the whole episode.
A bunny
Just
named
the names.
Petrie from The Land Before Time. I named him Petrie.
Okay.
My
I love
aunt and
that
uncle got
movie.
me that. I had hamsters. And then I always tried to like weasel in a new animal somehow. So I'm like, hey, Mom, I got to do this science fair project and I need a lizard because I need to make a terrarium.
Oh my goodness.
She's like, okay. So I had a lizard. And you know what's scary? My son is me, reincarnated. He's like, Mom, I want a rat. I want a snake. I want a lizard. I want this. I want that. I want that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm the mean mom that never said no. My mom let me have a bunny, a lizard.
A rat is not a pet.
Okay, I would totally have a rat. I love them.
You've
You
never
love
lived with one.
rats?
Rats are like really clean.
Not when they're in Akron and live in your
I'm not going
house.
to pick a rat off a downtown Akron street.
Oh my gosh, no.
I will never come back to this house. You know who always gets stuck taking care of all these animals?
Oh, I know. I know who.
I am not taking care of a rat.
Have you ever been to Kozai? They
or
like
a
play
snake.
basketball.
Oh, cool.
They can play basketball.
That's great. Go to Kosai.
They can detect bombs.
Cool. You don't need a rat in your house. That's so weird.
I love rats. Okay.
I don't know what to say right now.
I don't even know how to feel right now. I didn't know this about you.
Okay. I never had a rat, but I had hamsters. I think I had a gerbil at one time. And then I had a lizard and dogs, of course, and hermit crabs.
Would you have a snake? I would never
never have a snake. I can't do it. Leo wants a snake. I do not want a snake. That's why I'm like, He sent me a video on rats the other day. I'm like, okay,
Kelly,
that's probably the only one.
Kelly, don't do it.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
It will get out, and it will be in your house somewhere.
Ew.
But it's not like
Oh,
a
no.
snake.
No.
No,
So
no.
I'm
Did you just say that for wow factor?
Okay, so now to close us tonight. Because I'm done.
We're done.
I'm done.
Okay, but this is the problem.
Oh my God.
So I see myself as a child in my children,
Okay.
and they want to have all these pets.
Just say no.
Yes.
My mom let me have them.
It's
Yeah.
okay. It wasn't a good thing that your
And
mom
I'm
let you
like,
have all those things.
no. And then, like, he wants tadpoles. He found tadpoles. They all died. But
Okay, well.
I don't know.
You have tons of chickens.
rats probably
It's
ate them.
fine. And 2 dogs.
Yes, you have plenty of pets.
And then he got fish for his birthday one year. And they had babies. And there's babies. And there was 4
Fishies.
babies.
You still have a fish?
Yeah, in his room.
Oh my gosh. It lived?
They're alive. I know my plants aren't alive, but the fish are alive, and they made more fish. So we have some babies in there. There's only 2 of them now, but
I see a
they're
theme.
sweet.
I'm
What's the theme?
no pets, and you're all the pets.
I am, but not all the pets.
Okay, no snakes.
No snakes. I can't.
What
do
else
it.
would you say no to?
I wouldn't want a hamster
Okay.
because I had them.
And they're kind of...
I would say no to a ferret because they're stinky.
Ooh. What about bunny?
I had a bunny, so they all wanted
They're
a bunny.
kind of gross too.
they
They
poop
smell.
a lot.
They poop a lot
And
and
they
they pee a
smell.
lot, and
In the house. It would have to be an outside bunny.
it's part of like the raising of the pet that like I loved it, and then it ended up outside all
Yeah.
alone for a
Oh my
long time,
gosh.
and I'd feed it, and that was it.
Stop. Yep.
So I can't do that.
Okay, Hillary.
So
how
that's
many...
why the whole rat thing. I'm like, okay, that's probably the only one I could do. But
You
everything else,
could do?
I could do a rat, but nothing else.
Okay. Hillary, pets growing up. How
She's
many
holding
did you
her head right
have?
now.
And what are your favorite? And her one eye. She's holding her one eye. She's twitchy.
We had a dog,
What was his name?
Sheltie,
Oh, was it a Sheltie?
and something else. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is there a Z dog? Just kidding. I don't know. And then a cat named Simba. And a bunny. I don't remember the name, but I remember so much poop.
Oh man, it's so bad and it stinks.
Yeah, and fish. And as an adult, I had fish.
Oh, I remember.
But that's the only animals I can think of. I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
So my parents and my sister are animal people. And so we had... I'm
Animal
not.
people.
I
am an animal
I'm not,
people.
and I'm not. I can tell you why in a moment. So growing up, we had a collie.
Okay.
I don't know, Bud. His name was Bud.
Aw.
We had a mutt. I'm not really sure what kind of dog it was, but it got out all the time, and his name was Dexter, and he was bad. And my dad got a phone call most days from the lady down at the end of the street that Dexter had gotten out again and that she was going to call the pound on him.
Oh.
So my dad had to go out and find Dexter. And then I think we had a couple other dogs in between there, but I don't really know their names. I can't remember. And we had a bird.
Oh, I had
His
a bird.
name was Big O.
We had a what?
And he was not nice. And he was the only other male in our home. So, like, it was my mom, my sister, and me, my dad, and the bird. and the bird died
Sorry.
Oh, man.
and bit everybody. Bit my dad.
Birds
Oh
live
yeah.
forever.
Oh no, it died. Like we went
What
on
kind
vacation.
of bird was it?
I don't. A cockatoo. I think
Cockatoo?
I have-
Like big or cockatiel?
teal, little, yeah, littler, and it wasn't really nice. It was, and my grandpa was supposed to take care of it when we went on vacation, and when we got back, it was not alive.
No.
So I don't
I
know.
have bird trauma.
Oh yeah.
What?
So one time, I have lots of animal trauma, guys. There was a bird, like a wild bird, not a pet bird. We were holding it, and
You were holding a wild bird?
Mhm.
Where did you get this wild bird?
in the air.
Oh, you just were like,
You just put your hands up and
just
it
caught
landed
it.
on you.
Caught it mid-flight.
It was my brother and my sister were holding it, and that we had like a sleepover. So there was like people there for a birthday party that we didn't even
They're like,
know.
hey, you want to watch me catch a bird? I got this bird.
I don't know what's happening right now.
But listen, the bird was sick and we didn't know it. And all of a sudden, in my sister's hands, it falls over and worms start crawling out of its head.
Stop.
And that's the bird we were all holding. I'm like, sleepover friends, come on over.
That's traumatizing.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
And then we had 2 other dogs
Yeah.
named Carmel and Marble.
Okay.
And they were, I think I was like 10 when we got them. And they lived for like 19 years.
Oh.
Aw,
And
that's a good long
They
life for a
ended
dog.
up being, yes, they ended up being blind, and
Oh.
it was funny though. Like they would
was
fall.
funny.
The one would fall down the steps.
Oh
And roll all the way down to the bottom of the steps because he couldn't see. And we would try to stop her from going down the steps, and it ended up not working out. But she always got up at the bottom of the steps and shook herself off and just kept doing her thing. But yeah, so those were the 2 dogs, and I can't tell you that I had a favorite, so I didn't.
I didn't tell you my childhood dogs. I just told you the weird animals.
Oh,
I
go
had
ahead.
Sugar, who was a poodle.
That dog lived so long.
Sugar?
Yeah.
I know.
She had really bad breath.
Sugar did? You remember Sugar?
Yes.
Probably when I was babysitting you. So
Oh my
we
gosh.
moved
Wasn't that
Sugar.
the dog that was around when we were in youth group? Yeah, it was like blind and sick.
Black curly hair.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So Sugar I had until I was probably in 8th grade. The dog.
Oh, it was Daisy.
We moved to a new house and someone let the dog out. We lived on a busy road and it got hit by a car. It was
Oops.
awful.
I didn't mean to talk bad about Sugar.
So then we bought a Maltese and we gave him the most grandiose name ever. Okay? Because we were going to breed this dog.
Grandiose, more than Big O.
Yeah. Doogie. You ready? Doogie.
Yeah.
The Daddy Doggy Heiser. That was his full name.
Did you say that every time?
Yeah.
When
We
you're
said,
like
Doogie,
outside.
the Daddy Doggy Heiser, don't pee on the floor. Just kidding. So
That was your mom talking to
That
your,
was
your
Doogie.
dad.
Did you get that from the show Doogie Howser?
absolutely, but we named him Doogie the Daddy Doggy Heiser because it was way cooler, and he was gonna have babies, which he never did have. And then when I was in like, we never let him have babies. We didn't find another.
Like, he couldn't have
He
babies.
couldn't have babies.
He's a boy.
You meant you didn't breed him.
We wanted to stud him out. We just never did.
Oh, stud him out.
Like a big daddy
And
dog
then
Doogie
we got a
Heiser
girl
daddy.
dog.
Heiser.
Named Daisy.
That was what I remember.
Yeah. I bought her when I graduated college. People were like, here's some money for graduation. And I went out and bought a dog.
Oh my gosh.
It sounds like you.
It was me. I loved her.
That would be the last thing I bought.
Yeah. It's so true. Is that all of
Those
them?
were my childhood animals.
Okay.
Okay.
So do you have pets now? No.
No.
Kelly?
What about when you first got married? Did you have pets?
I had a pet.
What did you have? Was it
I
Aaron?
had a dog.
You had a what?
A dog.
You did?
Oh wait, didn't Aaron? Didn't he get a dog one time when you were like on
That
vacation?
was a long time ago.
Okay, no.
Wait.
So when we first got married, we had a dog. My parents bought another dog after our childhood dogs had passed. And so this dog's name was Bubbles. And it was a dachshund, which is what the other two childhood dogs were dachshunds. And it was a crazy dog. And so we had it. We took it. My mom and dad didn't want it anymore because they were like, this is not working out for us. It wouldn't go to the bathroom outside and didn't train it very well. And so then
They were like, happy wedding.
Yeah.
Here's a dog that
So I
doesn't
think
know how
it
to
was
go to
like
the bathroom.
our second year of marriage, we got the dog from them because we were like, oh, we should take the dog. And then Aaron did find a dog
Yes.
while I was on vacation. I was in
remember.
Florida. He was at home. And
I remember.
He
This was
texted
like
me.
not too long ago, right?
right, like,
Like a
probably
German
2
Shepherd.
years
He
ago.
found it when he was
Yeah.
working.
Yep. And brought it home into our house for like 24 hours and didn't tell me about it, didn't say anything to me about it, and then called me and was like, hey,
Do you remember this?
like,
Uh-huh.
I have this
I
dog.
remember the picture. It's like burnt. It was
Yeah.
so cute.
I mean, it was okay, but I was like, no.
You're like
No.
my husband.
Brought a dog into my home. It peed on my rugs. Like, I mean, I was not okay with it. No. So my sister had a friend that took the dog.
Yeah. Was that before you got home, or did you come home to a
I
dog?
did not come home. I told him it needed to be gone before I got home. If I would have came home to a dog in my house, I probably would have slept somewhere else.
Oh my goodness. So my poor husband, I wanted to bring Daisy with me when we got married, but my mom was super attached, so she would not let her come. So then I wanted my own dogs because we have a house now. So I looked into this dog, and this breeder was crazy. She like had to have like tabs on you all the time. And I thought we were gonna get this dog, and it didn't work out. But she like it was crazy. She was a crazy woman.
Like watching you to make sure that you were going to be a
Like
good.
you have to have a fence, and we have to do like yearly checkups, and we can take the dog back whenever we want. But I was like, I want this dog. I don't care. Didn't work out. So then I found a dog in Iowa. So I was working at an architectural firm, and I found this little Italian greyhound, and I'm like, I can break that dog. They don't do well with potty training, but I can do anything, so I'm going to get the dog because they're cute. So I'm like, I really want this dog. Well, the other dog fell through, and Lenny came home. We had already bought the leash for the dog from the crazy woman, and it fell through, and he felt bad. So I was laying on the couch crying, holding the leash one day when he came home from work.
My gosh.
So I found this other dog, and he's like, you better get it. Oh, they have another one? Just get 2 of them. So then they have somebody to be with because we're at work all the time.
Sucker.
He was a sucker.
2 dogs.
See how much he loves me? So I go to the Cleveland airport with my parents to pick up this dog because it got shipped here from Iowa.
Oh my gosh.
For
Bentley
real.
and Blue, they are so cute, little Italian Greyhounds. And let me tell you, if you ever think about Italian Greyhound, you can't break them. So just be prepared for a house destroyed of pee and poop all the time. But they lived a long 13 and a half years, and they were amazing. At least to me. Everybody else thought they were crazy, but they were my babies.
I only met them when they were older, though.
Yeah.
You want to know what good friendship is?
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
I am not an animal person. I'm not going to pretend I'm an animal person. I am happy for those of you who are. I'm not one of them. But I love my friends. And my husband and I house sat for Kelly and Lenny
When they were little.
when they were little. And you remember how she talked about how Lenny let them in the bed?
Yes.
Well, we slept in their bed.
Oh, goodness.
And those dogs try to get in between my legs. And I'm like, nope, not happening. I will let you in this bed. You are not sleeping between my legs. I shoved that blanket under my legs so they could not get in.
Is that why?
Maybe that's
Oh,
what
you have
started
trauma.
it. Oh, maybe that's why I have to be in a cocoon.
Oh my gosh, because there is no dog going between your legs.
No, it was the worst night of sleep ever. It was the worst night of sleep ever. And every time she went on vacation, who do you think fed them, took care of them? I used to take pictures with them just so that she would know they were okay.
That's a good friend right there.
It is. And one time they were sick, and I had to take care of them.
They had to be on medication.
Oh, God.
And it made them have the poops.
Oh, you had the poops.
And who cleaned it up? This girl.
Oh, I remember.
This
I think
girl
I
did.
came with you a couple times.
That's true love and friendship.
It really
right there.
is. You think Lenny loves you? No. It's the friend that takes care of the dogs when you guys go frolic on vacation.
Gosh, when you frolic on vacation.
The only pets I've ever had are fishies.
Aww.
I have issues, guys. I had Big Blue.
Same.
Oh, that was a hard day when he had to pass on.
He should have met Big O.
Okay, just to say, to reference this, I did not even think about that name. Big O? What the
Was
heck?
that your dog, Big O?
No, that was the bird.
Who named it that?
I don't know. My parents? They thought it was, maybe they thought it was funny.
Maybe they have an inside joke and you don't know.
Big Blue should have met Big O.
No.
Okay.
So Big Blue
Oh my gosh.
was my fishy. he lived a good life.
What kind of fish?
A beta.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry about that. It was a beta. And he lived a good life. And this is why I can't do pets, because my fish died and I sobbed. I was a grown woman,
Married.
married, called my friend because my husband did not understand my tears. And I cried. I lost Big Blue tonight. And I had to bury him. I buried my fish.
They had a funeral service, I think.
No,
in
we
their
did not. I might have by myself, but my husband was not a part of it. And then Kelly replaced Big Blue with Philip because she loved me so.
I did.
Those are the only pets I've had as an adult.
As an adult.
There's a reason I don't have pets. Obviously, the
same.
story alone can tell you why.
Yeah. I am not an animal person,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you why. When I was 5,
Her eyes always get wide when she talks
my
about this.
grandma had a big dog that lived behind her house. And I didn't really know that it couldn't get me, even though there was a fence.
Okay.
And so one day I was out behind her garage and I was playing, and they let the dog out, and it came charging for me. And the only thing that my grandma said was, "Run, Crystal, run for your life, it's coming." And I did not know it couldn't come through the fence to get me. And I was terrified.
She did it
I
just
was
Why would she
scared.
say that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, just to scare me.
Grandma.
She caused some big trauma.
Oh, yeah.
You
For
could have loved a
lifelong.
dog. It's really good for you sometimes.
Yeah.
That's so
Yikes.
sad.
Yeah. So I know that sounds crazy.
What kind
but
of dog was it?
It was it was a big German Shepherd.
Oh, okay.
Oh, those are scary
So-
sometimes. Yeah.
And it just was growling and running at me, but I didn't know it couldn't come through the fence. So that was the biggest thing. I was traumatized and terrified because I just
Man.
ran for my life because she just told me to and kept yelling, "Run, Crystal, run!"
Oh.
That's so sad.
So trauma.
You're not done, though. You still have more pets, Kelly.
Huh?
Keep going.
Yeah, your pets
Okay.
now.
So we had Bentley and Blue, and we added Winnie, which was a golden retriever. And Bentley and Blue hated that dog, and
Winnie.
they never warmed up to each other. But we lived a nice life all together in this home. Then we started homeschooling, and Liza kept saying she wanted a Boston Terrier. And there was this dog that came available in the midst of COVID, and it was after COVID. We were getting ready to homeschool, and Lenny knew if he said yes to this dog that we'd be homeschooling because he really wanted us to homeschool.
Oh my gosh.
So this little dog that had like this face that was white on one side and black on the other, like super rare Boston Terrier. He's on the beach. He's like, get it. I'm like, okay.
Sucker.
So then we had 4 dogs. And Bentley and Blue was like, you guys suck. We hate these dogs. What have you done?
Mm-hmm.
But they were still my babies, those 2. But they did not love each
and
other.
who took care of Ella when she went on vacation?
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Also me.
Yeah,
Until
not
you
me,
guys
not me.
said you
Until
were
my
sick.
husband kept getting sick from her. But the first time I ever had her,
You guys loved her,
she
though.
puked in my front seat.
She's not used to
We
the
did
car.
love her.
love.
We did love her. Actually,
She's
was
a good
sweet.
dog.
She is. A
I mean,
good
I'll
dog.
say
She's the
that.
best.
Like, they're both good dogs.
But my
They really
husband
are.
would snuggle her, and then he would be sick for like a week and a half after she left because he's allergic.
Oh, like allergy.
Yeah.
So I do have to say, Winnie is probably the best dog I ever had. She never has accidents in the house. She listens. She's just a really, really, really good dog. So, golden retrievers, really good family dogs.
And then there's more.
Then Ella, she's just my
No, there's
emotional
more.
support animal.
Yes, we know.
I love her.
The collar.
That you hear her collar and
And
just
it makes
smile.
me happy. She sits and has coffee with me every morning.
Do you rock her like a baby?
Maybe sometimes. I don't rock her.
I know
just
that
hold
I've
her.
rocked her like a baby.
She's just sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what am I supposed to say?
There's more pets.
Oh, so because of homeschooling, because, Lenny's like, we don't have time for
Everything's
things.
because of homeschooling.
Well,
you
we knew we-
homeschool.
I don't have all the
We
pets.
knew we could get him with the homeschool thing. So he always said, well, if we had more time. Well, the kids wanted chickens. In our city, you have to have 2 acres to have 8 chickens. So sure enough, we're like, we're going to get these chickens. The kids put on a PowerPoint presentation to their dad for one of their homeschool projects to get chickens. And he's like, how am I supposed to say no?
Oh my.
So we bought a lot of chickens. We bought a lot of them because of photography. And
Oh.
then, like, half of them were roosters.
Oh, chicks for Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pictures.
we had to get rid of half of these roosters. They were all roosters.
Mm-hmm.
So right now we have 8 chickens. 3 of them, which have decided to become broody. And I'm not falling for that again. I'm not buying any more chicks because I have 3 in my garage. So we have 11 chickens right now and 2 dogs.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I can't.
That's so many.
Yeah.
To my 0.
Yeah.
And a bunch of fish.
But
'cause
my
the fish had
children
babies. What?
love animals.
I know they do.
Well, one day
And they're asking
when
for
they grow
one,
up
right?
and have their own home,
Just think of those childhood memories
So,
you
like,
could give them with their
No,
dog.
so
think
I
of
have
that childhood
issues.
trauma.
Right. I have issues, so I can't touch them. I don't want to touch them. I have like phobia
Yeah.
of
But you
like
just said you liked Ella.
yeah, but she was wrapped in a blanket and I touched her. So like I can't pick them up. I don't want to feel their rib cage, and I feel really weird about saying that, but like I have a really weird phobia about that. If they got hurt, I don't
Oh.
think I could handle it. Like I don't know
No.
what I would do. I know what I would do with my kid. Like I would take my kid to the hospital, like, or I would assess it. I don't know what to do with an animal like that, and so it just gives me so much anxiety.
Yeah. Kelly knows what to do.
Crystal, I just love you.
Oh,
Because
why?
you can't feel a dog's rib cage and you can't eat egg wraps because of the texture.
Oh, you can't eat egg wraps? I didn't know that.
I almost threw up.
Oh, I haven't tried them.
Oh, they're
It's
so
a
good.
texture issue.
It's
It's
just-
foamy. Like it tastes like
Oh,
styrofoam.
okay.
No, I'll tell you how to cook them. It's okay.
Okay.
I cooked it wrong.
Just we'll talk after this. It's okay.
I don't think I cooked it wrong, but are you an animal person? Why or why not?
No.
100%.
No.
I don't want them to lick me.
Oh, I don't want to touch their fur.
No.
Aww. I just love snuggling
And
them.
you guys,
And they always lick our toes. Why
They're
is that?
sad.
Oh.
Their eyes, they tell us of great sadness.
Except for there's a few breeds that she's like, that dog's not sad. I could have that dog.
What
That
breed is
English
that?
bulldog does not look sad.
They don't look
or a
sad.
boxer.
Yeah.
Give me those.
The ones that are like
Do you
drooling
think
all over
Ella
themselves.
looks sad? Winnie definitely does.
Winnie's sad.
Does Ella look sad?
Sometimes, but not as much as Winnie.
But not that English bulldog.
No.
You're like, bring me that dog.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
I mean, I don't want it really, but if I had to have a dog,
My sister has a bulldog.
yeah, they don't look sad. They're like, I
Really?
own you, fool.
I think they look sad.
No, nope.
They, I own you.
Yeah, they're like, I'm in charge of this place.
Well, I waddle over there and
Yeah,
get you.
slobber in the air.
It's so bizarre because that's not what I would choose.
I wouldn't want it
Oh my
ever, but if I had
gosh.
to. They just look sad and I feel guilty. Like I know I wouldn't be a good mom to them.
Yeah, I struggle. I struggle with them licking me. I struggle
Yeah,
with petting
ew.
them.
Yep.
I struggle with them
All
wanting
of
to
it.
lay in my bed.
in between your legs.
Oh.
So I struggle
No,
with
no.
them not with me not petting them and we not snuggling them and them not laying in my bed.
Yeah.
So yes, you're an animal person. We are not, and I don't
That's
know.
okay.
Like it's kind of a weird thing.
It's
so
okay. I'm
you either
okay with
are or
it.
you aren't, and
There's really
I
no middle
You guys
respect
do
ground.
you.
really well with my pets when they charge you when you come to the
yes,
door.
but we make sure that when they're licking our toes, that we
Don't
tell them
freaking
no.
lick my toes. I
Right?
hate that.
It happened to me tonight.
Ugh. I don't even wear flip flops anymore.
I had to tell Winnie to stop. Winnie, stop licking my toes.
Do you think pets can sense emotions?
Yeah, because they're emotional all the
Yes.
time. It's sad.
Oh.
I think so.
They can.
I know they
So-
know when I don't like them,
Oh.
Yeah, and they get you.
and they get me.
Yeah.
So I'm like super allergic to cats. Like really bad. Every time we go to the barn, they also want to like crawl on me. Sometimes they like jump on me. And I'm like, Megan, get this cat off of me.
So there is a barn cat at Letty's barn, and I'm constantly walking away. Like, I am literally like walking in circles sometimes to stay away from it because I don't want it to jump on me. But I remember one time we had a friend who had like a couple cats, and this cat would like get up on the back of the sofa and like wrap its body around my neck.
Ew.
And I was like, okay, I don't really want this. Like, not my whole neck, but like the back of my neck and like lay there. And she was like, that cat will never do that to me. And I was like, so why is it doing it to
loves
me?
you.
And she said she knows that you don't like her.
Oh.
And I said,
Sassy
what?
Cat.
So that she was going to make me like her. And I was like, well, that's not helping me.
So I had one dog that could really sense things. It was Blue, my Italian Greyhound. Every single time I was pregnant, she would start laying on my belly before I knew.
I did have a good relationship with Blue.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Like it was was it with Naomi? Like she started laying on my belly and Lenny's like, oh no. It just happened
That's
every
so
time. She would
weird.
just
And
like,
never
flop
any other
herself
time?
right- Nope. She would sit next to me or whatever.
Sure.
but on me, on my stomach. Hillary liked Blue.
She did. I had a weak spot for Blue.
Yeah.
Why Blue and not the other one?
I don't know. She just got me.
How do you handle losing pets?
So it's super hard because they're like part of your life. They're part of your family.
Yep.
We had Bentley and Blue for 13 and a half years. And honestly, the best way, like they got to a point where Blue was so bad. Like she just needed to get put down. And Bentley was real close behind her. So we talked to our friend who's a vet, and he's like, you could do them both. And one without the other, he would have been a mess without her.
Aw.
So our friend came over to the house and did it for us here, which was awesome, but it was so hard.
Wow.
It was so hard. I will never forget that feeling. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it was just really sad. So a lot of grieving goes into losing a pet because they are with you all the time.
Honestly, when we lost our childhood dogs that we had for so long, I don't think I've cried so hard. Like, I cried
hard.
so hard. And I wasn't even the one that loved them. Like,
Right.
I mean, they slept in my bed when my parents weren't home, like if I was watching the house or whatever, and I really didn't like that. But they didn't really care for me, and I didn't really care. But I cried so hard when they passed. So it was really difficult. I don't handle death well.
Me neither.
If you've listened to other podcasts, you know that.
Right.
So
It's hard.
I remember when you yelled at me
What?
after Blue and Bentley. We went to Applebee's.
Oh, man. What was I thinking?
why did you come? It was so
Yeah.
hard.
Was
like
it the
I
day
had to.
after?
It was the day
It was the
of.
day
That was
of.
silly. But I think you didn't just feel like you had to. You wanted to
I
like.
felt like I had to, and you're like, it'll take your mind off of it.
Oh,
I mean, it's true. You said just to come. It'll
I
be
didn't.
good.
You didn't. Okay, so I guilted you into going.
I don't
That's
know.
what you're telling me. Maybe that's why you yelled at me that night.
Maybe.
Wow.
So what did I say?
I don't remember that. You were like, you asked us something about, like, why do I feel blah, 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 blah. And I answered your question. You were like, just let me feel what I'm feeling. Okay, I'm sorry. It is so hard. It was hard
It
to
was
watch you
hard.
guys walk through that.
Ugh. And then Lenny was at home.
Yeah.
Oh, and he was watching that.
And we have like a porch camera, and we buried them. And he just would walk out on the porch and sit there. It was just so hard for all of us for days. And then the dogs kept going to the chair they would sit on.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Your other dogs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
And they'd sit in the blanket they sat on. It was just so sad.
That's difficult.
Oh, man. Awful.
See, that's
It's
why
just
I can't do it all. Like
Yeah, same.
all of that, just it's inevitable that an animal is gonna pass.
Yeah.
And it's that's traumatizing for me too.
It's really hard.
Like I can't.
But the joy they bring you, it's hard to not have them.
I struggle because I don't think that animals have a good emotional effect on me.
Yeah, no.
And so I feel like they give me anxiety and fear and trauma. So, yeah.
Okay.
I have trauma
squeezing
talking
your
about
face.
it. I am squeezing
Yeah.
my face right this moment. Like, yeah, I don't think I could do that.
No, yeah.
So I used to think people that had like emotional support dogs, I'm like, okay, that's a little crazy. And now I see why. They just make you happy. So I'm good. I'm like, I get it.
So it's interesting because I would be like, I don't think I could have an emotional support animal, but I could have an emotional support person.
Yes.
Like, I would rather have the person. I know people give people anxiety, and
Yeah,
animals
but you don't have
calm
to
them.
pet people. So
You don't, and you don't have to
they're
feel
not
like
gonna
they're
drool
staring
on
at you
you.
in weird moments, and
No.
you don't feel like you don't have to feed them.
It's
they can
very
eat
unlikely.
themselves.
You know what's nice about
it's
it?
very unlikely that they will lick your toes.
Yeah, and if they do, then they're probably not my people.
Not the right
The
group of
thing
people.
that's great about a dog or any pet is they don't talk back and they just love you.
Except for you, then you're like, why are you so sad? I just
You
wish you
never
would tell
fight
me.
with them. They just love you all the time.
Yeah.
I don't mind that people have them and love them.
Yeah.
And I do, like, I appreciate the love that you have for them.
Yeah. And I will
But
take
I
care of
struggle.
them for you, even though it's hard.
I will not. So that is where I draw the line. I love you and I love you hard, but your animals are not what I'm going to love.
Yeah.
That's hard. I've had a couple people ask me to watch their animals, and I've had to say no.
Yeah. I say
Chickens.
no.
Would you
so
watch
bad.
chickens?
What would I have to do?
Just gather eggs and give them water and food.
Are they on the eggs?
Well, right now I have
If they're
3
broody.
broody hens.
Well, yeah, so there's no eggs. But I mean, like, do they lay them and, like,
those
leave?
chickens.
How does that work? I
Are
don't
they
know.
just like, let's fool her into more baby chicks? Like, come on, let's make this flock grow. I'm going to be broody. Put a baby chick under me.
See, she seems really, like, emotionally well talking about those chickens.
Right.
Well, I didn't want to raise baby chicks.
Okay. Well, then you didn't have to buy them.
I bought them to deal with the broody hen.
We know. We talked.
And that same daggone hen is broody again after she said
No.
peace. Yes.
Yeah, Peck is broody again.
Peck is broody.
Come on, Peck.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Okay, so.
Peck, don't peck me.
I have pet tips and tricks to share with you, though.
Oh, really?
What?
Don't get
Sit.
one.
That is the best advice that we can give
Yeah.
anyone.
Don't get one.
Don't get one.
So my tip is get one. They will bring you joy and happiness and a smile on your face every day.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in and joining us on this wild ride of crazy animal adventures. We're thrilled to have shared these stories with you, and we can't wait to see what crazy conversations we'll have next time. Stay tuned.
Thank you for listening to the Calm, the Storm, the Whimsy podcast. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Facebook, and Instagram. Stay tuned for our next episode.
Something touching me.
Right now?
No.
Oh. I was in the moment and I was like, right this moment, something's touching you?
Your face.
I'm sorry. I was like, what is under the table?
What is touching you? No, just another thing. Like,
Oh, I thought maybe it was the rat that Kelly got over the weekend or something.
No rat. No rat.
Oh, man.